Welcome to the episode of At Your Disclosure. This is your host, Alex Ruben Tovar. Give you the news, also known as the scoop. And today we focus on Meredith and corrections. As an adult, you didn't come to learn that when you do something wrong, you correct yourself, but at the same time too, you worry. You're wary of the fact that false information is very bad. Falsely accusing someone is it's bad. There's been a lot of innocent people locked up, falsely accused, and that's one thing you can't get back is time, unfortunately. And I thank Leo Fierro for disclosing that information and all of the reporters, anchor people there at Meredith, as well as the other news channels, channel 3/5, which inadvertently are the same. And oh, Emma, the name's Cable. I don't like you anymore. You're a bully. Made fun of Yetta Gibson. You don't call her. I didn't listen to Natural Born Killers, and I don't want to die. So as an adult, you didn't make corrections, and just like working corrections, you didn't keep it incognito. You didn't go out your house, wear nothing but a white t-shirt, and you could wear your uniform pants, but I'm not wearing my uniform entirely. I did once when I was over at Thomas Peak and Hayden Road. I had taken myself, I had to give myself a leave of absence. I had a medical, what's it called, leave of absence, and well, fortunately, stress does get to you, believe it or not. I'm human, until to this day, it still affected me. I ended up going back, but after a leave of absence. But I will say, those who are willing do more than those who can and won't. So I thank you, Leo Fierro. And, one shouldn't be mad over what one doesn't have. Like, for instance, on my shows, I try to give off leads, clues as to who could have stole the cookie from the cookie jar. And every action has a reaction. I hate pointing fingers. So that's why we verify. And, no, I appreciate all the help, all the leads that we contribute to making this a better society when we really do all lose. Well, whether Emma Lockhart is spoken for or not, I still remember our past for what we were, for what we are. Emma, like Yeti Boy, Bully Yetta. At the comfort of your own house and be here proven, not just interfacing with technology. The Bone Collector, let me speak. You're a bully, you say the N word, yet you claim to be the purest. I am not pure, I am not. You could label me in the middle. I've always said when I was a younger man that if I got a tattoo, I would get one of dragon wings on one side and angel wings on the other side. So go to Gilbert's Westside Tattoos. Go to Westside Tattoos on, I believe it's 51st Avenue westbound on 51st. And Glendale for all your tattoo and piercings. That's Westside Tattoo Parlor. So shout outs to Gilbert. He didn't pay us a visit. We were over at San Miguel House, 27th Avenue. They came around with bats. They were, hey, you guys want to go hunting? And I know in Las Vegas, in LA, there's a day out of the year where it's similar to the Purge, and God forbid that rolls over. And too late, at one point there was rioting down here where everyone was going door to door. We don't like you anymore, you racist. We know you have telepathy. Tells your entire name. I just told you who my cousin is. He's your primo hermano, your first cousin. That is correct. Well, I have a lot of half cousins. My aunts and my grandfather, his half brother, is Quignon. I'm trying to remember his first name, but he's a Quignon. Yeah, that's his half brother. So that's Isela's trying to remember. That's Zoe Silla Brown. Priscilla Tovar is my father's half cousin. So at the other day, like Kevin Murphy over at IPE done say, we are all related. And my sister, she had acquired a storage unit. She done went at an auction. So what shows this fault disclosing yourself as well, because me, I like lifting weights, I like staying strong, and a lot of times I can't do it. It's hard, lack of motivation. I try to do minimal exercise. I went to Scottsdale Health Center, and not too long ago, but I guess all I need is just 10 minutes of exercise, get some rest. Even if you don't sleep, just resting's good enough. And I was recommended some anxiety pills, but I don't like any type of medication. I've never been on medication. I've never done any drugs at all. I've drank because it's legal. Weed, I smoked weed. Cocaine, with 5 fingers, I could count how many times. Over one hand, I could count how many times I've done it with. And first time I tried it, I loved it. Then after that, I told myself, not for me, man. I've had some of the worst hangovers where too much corte, and you realize this isn't for me. You know, we're already freaking going all over the place for sex. You know, you realize this isn't for me. You realize, hey man, this is gonna cause holes in my brain. But I think all of the reporters, you anchor people, and I was upset to realize the involvement in some of our banks being robbed, and a lot of times you don't want to believe, but you know something? I do believe in redemption, and that's how a lot of us get started. Someone corrects their mistakes and pays their due to society. So by knowing that anything's possible, we've had officers that used to sell meth. They really shouldn't be officers, but the department, the agency, they're sleuths and everything. And they'll tell you this, okay, so you smoked weed more than 5 times. You know what? All of a sudden you stopped. They'll tell you questions like that. So just meet the requirements, and a lot of times during the interview in the polygraph test, don't lie. Because they will notice, I mean, there's good liars where their heart rate doesn't affect them. Every time you lie, your stress level, it bumps up a bit. Similar like drinking coffee without proper water intake. But I love coffee. I had made coffee earlier and took it back. You have to be considerate. So I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank since like April. And reason for is, well, imagine being taken advantage of. You can't trust your own family. They're so sensitive after you allow them to stay here. And there's a lot of anger that goes in, and it's beyond me. You know, the only thing I can do is just sit here and meditate and just tell myself, hey, you know, nothing lasts. That's the good thing about life, is that nothing's forever. Everything eventually comes to an end. What goes up must come down. So with that being said, I feel a lot better. I tell my ex, Jesse, I tell my ex, hey, you should try your own YouTube channel. It's good for you. You get this load off your back, and you tell someone something, and a lot of times they're stuck in their ways. And I don't know if you're religious or not, but the Lord will let His people walk the desert endlessly for about 40 years. Because, well, the intelligence is crystallized. There's no getting through them. They're stuck in their ways. So on you go, wonder. And I'll tell you something. There's certain things in life where you do that you're struck down. So if you have wings, one wing will clip off. So I felt before, and I know how aggressive and angry I could be. I've yelled at people before where you destroy the image before even getting into a confrontation. You can literally destroy someone. I mean, some people claim, well, that's like taking a life. Hey, man, freaking, then don't enlist. You're gonna get chewed the fuck out. So this just turned into a, no, not for kids because of this cussing, but that's alright. Because it's kind of hard to make it appropriate for kids. Eventually, uh, I'm devising another another show, a spin-off of Fabulous Link Confusion with Robert Kagan in mind, and I'll explain to you who Robert Kagan is. He is a correctional facility officer. So, by telling you that, he'll go in depths with what it is to work corrections, and it's one hot mess that you got to think about before you do. But 9 years, it's something to think about, and a lot of times you don't want it to come back to you. Like I said, I have a family, and every action has a reaction. Even till today, I was telling Bones and my brother that, well, well, let's see. Someone stuck on yesterday without realizing we have legs to go forward. A good doctor didn't tell you. So Yetta Gibson and I, love her by the way. When I have coffee, I make sure there's no extras. So Yetta Gibson and I share a love, mainly in love, because I can't say I hate her. I do not hate Yetta Gibson at all. In fact, that's one of my favorite guitar brand. That and BC Rich, as well as Jackson. And Gibson is quality. So I'm here setting up my Fridays, and one of my forums over on the weekends that I conduct through various social networks like Facebook, Instagram. I had filled this whole wall with badges, and a different place I've worked because, well, you do something and people want to take credit for what you've done, and so what you do is you prove it. Okay, you prove it. You can't just put a hat on and say, okay, I did this. Well, in reality, I have a social security number that's connected to my PID number. Just by having a social security number, that's it. But it's important to verify. Well, it's so easy to talk smack, and I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, so this will prove to everyone that not just interfacing with technology, but also being able to see beyond the spectrum grants me a greater depth into the minds of others from a distance. My gift and curse, I have been able to reach all the way into orbit. We had NASA astronauts on the Stephen Colbert show, and I was able to make contact. They wanted to go on a date, one of the female astronauts, and being available, and Emma Lockhart will not wanting to share what we once had. It's gonna make me big, but at the same time too, time's ticking, so I have to make sure that this bed is filled with at least one good looking, or looks doesn't matter, just one good woman to occupy this big cold bed during the winters. Like I told Kim overseas that I spent 4 of the coldest winters with the thought of, well, maybe we're gonna get back someday, or I try to hit on her cousin and maybe even her sister, but at the same time too, I feel like that's disrespect. It's almost like I wouldn't want her to hang out with my friends, because I wouldn't do that to them. I feel that I had a chance to go to one of my friends' house when he wasn't home. He had sold me the 94 Nissan Sentra that everyone knows me for, the blue one. And I could have gone in there with the same idea as he does. But instead I went to the Quick Trip to have me a ham sandwich. So with that being said, yeah, man, I can't do that with a friend, man. What kind of friend would I be? going to a friend's house when he's not there to sleep with his wife or girl. That's a scumbag. But people changed. Some of the people that I've known, where they were the bravest, they were the most honorable of friends and family members, have changed. We used to say that if there's a heaven, your mom is a good person, that she's gonna go there once. Probably realizing that he had made it okay for others to invade us and take advantage of everyone. And it's unfortunate because just imagine if he had sisters, brothers with kids, and we target them. Things have changed here in Phoenix, and I was raised here in Phoenix my whole life since I started school here. So coming back has been a struggle, and that's why I grew my hair, because I would notice I don't have it in a tail, I don't have it styled, but when I would have fades, people pay attention to you, and you usually get the wrong attention. I don't know if that SB 1071 made it possible for others to be a certain way where we never had this before. And I remember it made me feel like you have to lie where to say where you're from. And I don't know if it's the drugs. I'm thinking it's the drugs, man. Forget. People get involved in meth, cocaine, and alcohol, and just the person you were is no longer. Something has overtaken, and I just got in contact with Earl Sarge Costello and his girl Irene. They were at the Rampart Hotel and Casino, and there was a masked man. Well, it's mask required, and I knew off the back, and that's what I was telling you guys about the Bone Collector. I haven't seen that movie in a while, but he's able to connect everything, and he must have an exceptional mind with a good memory for something to click off and make the connection off the back. But you see, that's how it becomes difficult with my investigations, because um, you have to verify. You can't just point fingers. I wake up. How can you sleep? How can you sleep at night if you convicted the wrong person? So that's why I'm correcting the situation by saying thanks to all the viewers, thanks to everyone that's contributed to the show. That little by little, gradually, it's gonna rise to the top as 1 million viewers and subscribers. It's gonna rain. I remember Chet Delato telling me it's gonna rain illegals. Never gonna get over that. It's uncalled for. I wonder what possessed him to say that. Kenny Brown said that he got a hold of Chet's phone and he was on texting you. I mean, I don't understand, because what makes John Seibel the greatest bank captain of all time is the leader eats last, literally. If he knew that you were being messed with, if he knew that you were reinstating yourself back into society, he won't think twice. Tim Wells, also a living legend. They say the best come from Las Vegas. Ed Martini, Lawrence Pablo, the list goes on. Relocating back, and all started in Las Vegas, hence the name Fabulous Lincoln Fusion. But also fabulous because when I was at Concentrix HR department, Jesse would leave signs under the desk. Like, I hate doing this, but like, for instance, so I'm here sitting next to Jesse. So my ass is planted. Her seat would be right there, and we'd have our desk right here. So we have the double doors in front of us with the camera facing. And Jesse and I will converse. And before leaving her desk, she'd go home earlier, 30 minutes for my shift and the shift. I would see Fabulous on the bottom of her desk thinking, oh, that's very nice. I'm visiting one of my friends, Joaquin Enriquez. He'd also leave. They thought you were autistic. And you see, this is being uploaded pretty soon. So, Budo Baker, you don't prove me wrong, or you don't prove me right. But based on your attitude, that's how we're going to solve world hunger. There shouldn't be any reason for anyone to steal or kill because of the fact that being American is be all that you can be. Where if you're here by your own efforts, that you deserve to be here. Desiderata. So with that, we're gonna break records in feeding the hungry, and we think of what is it, the summer of a thousand of a thousand meals. No, it's the summer of a million meals, and I already know what Yena's thinking. The summer of a million. But like I said, Yena and I we're cool, man. I love that girl, and hey, man, past behavior predicts future behavior, so gobble up. Love my girls over at Channel 3. One reason I watch Meredith, and acquiring contracts is what I do, and well, realize this: you find out out of retaliation someone done poison your mother at her workplace, and I mean that's kind of hard for me to accept, and that's kind of hard for me to forgive. I forgive because she's still here, but she could have died. I could have been one parent less, and same thing too with that stupid loser Pete or Steve, whatever his stupid ass name is, the guy in the white truck. I don't know if this stupid truck out there one of those days. Probably shouldn't even say this, but revenge really is a dish, and even if I get locked up, at least this way you'll know, hey man, you shouldn't have done that shit. If I ignore your father, uncle, whatever, I don't know you people. You guys are new. If I'm outside my front yard, right there by my dad's truck, the 78 Ranger Green, if I'm having a drink or whatever, coffee or water, just reading, there's no communication after 25 feet. A boss hater don't tell you that. And he wanted a sip of my bottle, or he wanted a bottle. I don't fucking know you. I don't know you shit. Respect's earned, fuck lack of communication. Respect's earned, not given. I don't fucking know you. Mind your fucking business before I hop that little wall and beat your ass. So, like I was saying, people want to fit in, so they're always kissing ass. And my own people throw me under the bus all the time. So that's why they gotta leave. This is Alex Ruben Tobar, at your disclosure. And I don't want to die. You think of natural born killers before leaving. And that's one of the reasons why your mother was poisoned, because you gotta take it personal. That's something that shouldn't be taken from you, has given me the right to ruin your day without your permission. We really are that sensitive, or you could have easily listened to something else, Ice Cube and Dre. But here at your house, exercising your First Amendment, you do not want to walk on the shelves in your own house. If I would have said it to your face, it would have been a different story. But being able to hear and disclose everything out there to the world, it's unfair. It's almost like, you want to be PSM? How bad do you want to be PSM? Look for the requirements, meet the right people, and stand post. If that's something you're interested in, then by all means, go forward.